All right, so in this video, I want to tell you exactly how I started and scaled a side business as a consultant in 8 weeks and scale it to 10K per month while holding a full-time job and everything else with the family. Not to say it was easy. There was a lot of long hours, but I believe this is the fastest way to create an additional stream of income if you are like wanting to do something beyond just your job. Okay, so what most people do, I believe what most people do is they have a day job, and that could be anything, right? But a lot of office jobs, they have a day job that pays them decently. Especially if you have a six-figure jobs, doing something like in marketing, sales, communications, anything that's like high paying. Like it's not the average like national. I think the average national salary is like 50 or 60K per year. I'm speaking about professional jobs that you might be sitting at a desk and you perform a function within the business where it's related to like revenue generation or product. Like if you're a software engineer, that's related to product. If you are a social media marketer, that's like related to marketing. If you're in sales, obviously. But what most people do is they have a day job and then they try to create additional income, and they start like an Etsy store, right? Or like they try like drop shipping. Or if they I've spoken to people who have a business in like Windows cleaning or like Windows installation, and then they want to start a business in drop shipping, which makes okay sense. But one thing that Grant Cardone, as controversial as he is, have said that really stuck with me for years now, is he said that you shouldn't start something brand new on the side. You should start something that's like complementary and related to your main thing, right? So most people have one source of income, which is their day job, and then when they try to make more money, they go like a completely different route, and it doesn't make any sense. And they have to learn a brand new thing. It's unrelated, and you have to learn everything from the ground up. And I think the reason why that is because of these gurus online, right? So if you have a six-figure job like I did, here's exactly what I did to scale in 8 weeks to six figures. And you can do exactly the same thing if you have a high-paying job already. And especially if you're like in sales and marketing, the easiest. Also, if you have like a technical skills in terms of product, like if you're a coder, if you can like design websites, if you can like write copy, if you're like even if you work in customer success as a coach, or as a customer success manager, like all of those jobs, like it's the way for you to make six figures is so much simpler if you just kind of like adopt this mindset and consider like, hey, I already have a skill set that another company is willing to pay for, and they are paying me six-figure a salary for this one job. Okay, so think of what you do with your job as one client, and with this client, the difference between what you do, for your consulting service with this one client is just you do a lot of things, right? So in my case, I was managing sales reps. Okay, I was hiring, right? I was writing call scripts, right? Communicating with different teams, right? Manage or like work up with my managers, right? Attend events, okay? Create reports and dashboards, right? There's a lot of different things that you do in your job, right? That requires your 30, 40 hours work week, 50 hours work week in exchange for a six-figure job, right? For a role. And what took me so long to understand and realize is that instead of trying to go and start an e-com business and Etsy and like freaking ebooks, right, as a side thing, is there's a lot of different buckets that you already do in your day job that can actually be turned into a service. Okay? And I'm going to break it down very simply for you, again, exactly what I did, right? So in my job, there's a few key functions, right? One is recruiting, okay? Recruitment of salespeople, okay? Then there's managing and leadership, okay? So like first is like I have to hire the right people. Then I have to manage them properly, right? To get them to do the right things. Then there is lead generation, right? How do I generate the lead in the business? And then there is skill training, okay? Then there's onboarding, right? Now, I'm not listing this in sequential order, but you get the idea, right? As a sales manager, I gotta find the right people. I gotta train them the right way, right? Like I gotta onboard them in the right way. I got to manage and lead them on a regular basis. I need to give them leads to work on, right? And then you can also like expand this further to like, you know, cross-functional communication, which is a skill, okay? Management and leadership, right? All of these are essential skill sets that I have to have as a sales manager, okay? And every single one of these is a consulting offer that you could do on the side. So if you're a product manager at Facebook, I'm thinking of a friend that I know here who actually inspired this video for me to create. If you're a product manager at Facebook, there's so many things that you know that most people don't know about that you can create offers around, right? That will actually be way easier for you to get clients for because you already have basically testimonials, right, and social proof that you can do the work. And two, it's also very simple for you to deliver. So like if you have a day job as a sales manager like me or an account executive or a sales development rep somewhere or a product manager or a copywriter somewhere, and you go and you create like an Etsy store, you have to learn how the Etsy platform works, what people buy on Etsy, how to create product on Etsy, and how to market on Etsy. All are brand new skill sets that would definitely take it more than 30 days to learn and create and everything. Whereas if you have a job that pays, you know, 6 figures or higher, and I'm just using the 6 figures as an example, this can be a $50,000 a year job, right? I'm just telling you what I did and where I was coming from. Okay, so if you have any type of those jobs, first, you have a client, which is your employer, who trusts you enough to pay you 6 figures, high dollar for it. Two, you have social proof. When you talk to any other companies about anything that you do in this area, you can tell them, hey, I'm already doing this in my day job. And if you work at Facebook, it's a no-brainer because it's a recognizable brand. And number three, for me to deliver this result or this service, I don't have to learn a new skill. I'm already doing it on a daily basis, right? So what I did in 8 weeks was I know that I could do any one of these. I just had to pick one that was compelling and makes sense for the market, okay? And I'll tell you what I ended up doing. And then what happens next is I did 3 things. Number one, I pick a platform, okay? Then I offer a service. Actually, the step before that is I basically talk about what I do. Okay? Offer a service. Say yes early. And then lastly, figure it out as I go. Okay? So again, if you're if you already have a high paying job, I highly recommend that you do what I did, as opposed to if you want to start a second source of income, create more stability, you want to make some internet money, if you will, is to do what I did here. So basically, what I did was I know I have a skill set that was worth six figures enough to one company. And then I know that some of those things can be productized into a service. So what I have is a service. Okay, I'm a consultant basically. And then I had an idea on what it was. And then I went ahead and I offer it to other companies. So I have my main gig that pays me high six figures every year. I do all of these things for them, right? But what I could do, or what you could do, is to take one or two or three of these things, right? Not everything. You're not going to be able to do everything for another company because it's a full-time job, right? That's why it's worth so much. If you can take one or two or three of these things and offer it as a fractional service to other companies who are willing to pay you because they know that you're doing this for a company already, then you can create a six-figure income on the side, charging anywhere between $1,500 to $5,000 per month as a service, right? Remember, if they hire you full-time, it would be whatever you're making now in your six-figure job. But they don't need the whole thing, right? The beauty of this is that most companies you end up working with, because of their size, like, so for example, right? My friend, if she works at Facebook, Facebook has thousands and thousands of employees, okay? That's why she's required to do all of these other tasks. But if you work for somebody with like between 0 and 10 employees, they're not going to need you to do everything here. They need like one thing or two, right? So I basically took a fraction of what I know, put into a package as a service, and then I offer it to my to other companies at this price range. And with this price range, let's say you have between $2,000 to $2,500 per month. You only need 4 or 5 clients to get six figures. Okay. Now, is it gonna take time? Yes. Is it going to be a hustle? Yes. Are you gonna have to work long hours? Yes. But it's gonna be way simpler and way faster to your six-figure revenue than any of these other options. I guarantee it. Okay. How do I know that? I've tried a lot of these things. It definitely takes them more than 8 weeks to get to six figures. Some of these offers that I see online is like, hey, we'll help you make your first $1,000 in the first 90 days. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay. If with the skill set that you already have here, yes, it will require more elbow grease, but you can get to $10,000 per month fairly quickly. Okay. So assuming that you understand what I'm saying and you're kind of jiving with this, here's what I did. I picked a platform, meaning, and in like business language, this is basically lead generation, right? The first thing that I need to do is I need to generate lead for my business. And I picked Facebook. Okay, just my Facebook profile. Why? Because I didn't want to brag about my services on LinkedIn to other people on LinkedIn, because that's my job. And 2, I felt like I built a decent number of friends on Facebook who are in business, who might need what I have to offer. And I picked Facebook. Okay. Second is I talked about what I do. In business term, this is lead nurturing, right? Meaning I just start talking about my day job, all of the previous roles I've done, all of the accomplishment I've done with other companies. I talk about how I manage sales development reps, appointment setters, how I generate revenue, how I help companies generate revenue with a team of appointment setters, sales development. I just basically talk about what I do, which is simple and easy. Why not in my job, right? Then, once people are reading my post and consuming it, and they get that I know what I'm talking about, then I offer them a service. This is really sales here, right? So I did a few sales calls, basically, and then I offer a service on that sales call. And in the beginning, not every client was the same thing. Some client needed help with recruiting, finding their first appointment setter. Some client had appointment set already, and like, how do I get more out of it? Most of them need help with lead generation. So I basically just said yes to the first 5 as a test, and I knew that I could figure it out. And I charged $2,000, and I knew that if, hey, I completely sucked, I could always refund them money, which I did to a couple of them where I couldn't really deliver on what I thought I could deliver to them. And in some cases, it wasn't a right fit for me versus what they are trying to do. But with this process, I was able to generate actually $10,000 per month in 8 weeks. I collected $10,000 eventually in 8 weeks within that time frame, but obviously it didn't all happen all at once. And so I know this is might not be like the how-to that you're looking for, but if you're like in sales, so here's just some creative ideas, okay? If you're already closing as a sales rep for somebody else, okay, offer to close for someone else. But this person or this company, higher ticket, right? Higher commission. Why? Because if you're going to close and you're going to sell for another company, and it's exactly the same money you're going to make at your current company, you might as well just close more at your current company, right? So you want to have this side business. And this is the other beauty of this model if you already have a skill set, which is I can pick and choose who I want to work with. And so if you're a pretty decent sales rep, instead of trying to get a second job making the same money, you should focus on and find companies that have a higher commission structure where you can make more money, right? Working less hours, basically, okay? If you are a marketer, if you run Facebook ads, or if you're a digital marketing expert at your job, you can offer done for you Facebook ads management for other companies. I know a friend who does this, right? And he makes like $20,000 per month extra. And he's the head of marketing at a big company. Like this works so well if you have like a big title somewhere, right? If you like, and let's talk success, right? Because maybe this doesn't get a lot of information or thoughts online. If you coach business owners in your job as a customer success coach, that is such a valuable skill that you can create playbook, okay, for other companies on how their success process can be improved. If you are a sales analyst or like a sales engineer or like a Salesforce or HubSpot admin, if you're decently good at the CRMs, you can make 6 figures creating and setting up CRMs for people. Like I know so many business owners who just don't know how to do this techie stuff, and they would pay $1,000 a month. And you can get 10 clients, easy, simple, a month, just doing this on a retainer. And like the work is not even that difficult once you get them set up. If you are in my shoes, where you're a sales manager, the sky's the limit. You can offer to help people recruit the right sales rep. You can offer to manage their sales rep for them. You can offer to train their sales rep for a certain amount of time to get them to KPIs. There's so many ways, okay? If you're a software engineer, dude, if you're a software engineer, you already make too much money. So you probably don't even care about this. But if you want to like diversify your income sources, I mean, I wouldn't even worry about it. If you're a really good software engineer, you can get a job tomorrow, anytime, right? But if you want to make like you just fancy making a side hustle and having multiple stream of income, like you can create products, right? You can actually offer to do like side projects for people. It's so easy, so simple. But this is the main content I wanted to take out. There's so many gurus online talking about, hey, how to start a side hustle doing their thing, whereas you already have a high-paying job with a high-paying skill set that other companies that would die to pay for. I had no problem closing. Like I had like a 80% close rate because people knew what I was capable of. And that was how I was able to scale and add a second source of income that if I really wanted to, I could actually create and scale and turn into a full-time income if I really wanted to. Just taking on more clients and streamlining my operations. And I learned so much in the last, it's been 6 months now. so like 6-7 months now, but I've learned so much, and it's opened up so many other doors and opportunities that I encourage you to think about your job as not a burden. Okay, your job is not supposed to make you happy. However, your job can be the foundation that actually launch other careers and other businesses on the side. Just don't try to get away from it. Try to add complementary and turn it into a second source of income that is complementary to the first. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop a comment below. I look forward to connecting with you.